Hello there, everybody! Happy
Hi, hi.
Wednesday! I literally almost said Thursday because I'm still used to these being on Thursday instead of Wednesday. I swear. But yes, happy hump day, everyone. Welcome on back to Chatting with Doug. Thank you all so much. I see that we are already up to a level 3 hype
Chugga
train.
chugga 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 chugga
Thank you
chugga
so
chugga.
much. Oh, Chorus, you're it's
Chug with
where
me,
they
Chancey.
are. It is
Chugga chugga
Thursday,
chugga chugga
so
chugga chugga chugga
that is
chugga
true with time zones.
chugga.
That
That's
can
right.
still be Thursday for some people.
Wow, that big. Oh yeah, yeah. There are some that do. Yeah, stretch into tomorrow. Yeah, it's like
Yes.
time traveling. I love
Time zones,
it.
man. Time zones.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, we are gonna hop into the rules in just a second because obviously you all have these burning questions to
Mm-hmm.
ask Doug
Yeah,
here.
fire,
But
fire.
before we get into the rules, I do want to highlight that we have a sub goal that's going to be, and I'm going to put it in chat anyway, a sub goal that's going to be going on all the way through August 31st. We're at 148 out of 200 now, and basically if we hit 200 subs on August 31st, on one of the tournament Tuesdays, we're going to be doing a live tier list creation. So if we do hit it, chat, you're going to vote on what we're going to argue about, whether that be Marvel movies or Doug had the great idea of Disney remakes or something that all of us are going to get together and argue about and make this tier list.
And then
Um,
we'll do a follow-up of Disney sequels.
yeah, what Disney sequels? Oh, Doug, you have such
Yeah,
great
right.
ideas. Um,
A lot of
and
people would disagree on that, man. And not when we have to rank them. You have to watch them.
right. But we'll also have another way too for like chat to interfere. It'll be fun. I do hope we reach it, but I did want to point that out that it's there. Um, Anyway, let's get to the rules then. So, first and foremost, we give priority to bit messages since that is some real world money spent towards the end of stream. We may have time for highlighted messages, so please save your highlighted messages until the end of stream because I can't scroll up and see them now. Please do not repeat the same thing over and over and over again in chat. You could get timed out or even banned if you're going to continuously do it. Some of that does also include the bit messages. Don't worry, I do have a list. We probably didn't skip it. We just get about 45 minutes behind sometimes. It's there. I've got a list. Obviously, we've been live for 6 minutes and there's already like 50 questions. So we'll get to it. Don't worry. Please, no spoilers. Not everyone has had a chance to see the latest thing. I'm still not done with Sandman. I mean, I've read the comics, but doesn't mean that the Netflix series ends the same. Anyway,
I just started it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Maybe we'll talk about that.
Maybe.
Um, Also, please watch the length of questions. The longer the question is, the longer or the faster that I'm going to have to read the question, and we're just gonna lose the point. So, yeah, that's that. I think that's it, right?
We got it.
I think we
Yeah,
got it
I
all.
think that's it.
All right, cool, great. Let's
Do it.
hop right into it then.
Let's do it.
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, you must see Rise of the TMNT movie. The movie is good for newbies. I haven't seen anything from the Rise series and I have understood everything. It's surprisingly brutal, 5 minutes and there's already blood. And the animation in the finale battle is so great and it's indescribable, easy on Spider-Verse level.
Oh, okay. I guess I did want to wait till I heard a little word of mouth. So, yeah, all right. Maybe I'll check it out. Yeah, because it wasn't grabbing me. It didn't look bad, but like I said, I didn't get into the show much. But hearing that does make me want to see it a little bit. So maybe I will.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 50 bits. For your old versus new of True Grit, it was very shocking to see you prefer Jeff Bridges' Oscar-nominated performance as Rooster Cogburn over John Wayne's Oscar-winning performance of that same character. I still think that the Duke's portrayal of Rooster Cogburn is the best and more superior than the dudes in the remake.
Fair enough. I mean, neither are bad. I mean, terrible confession. John Wayne never won me over that much, and that's not all to say he doesn't have very good, performances, but it's hard for me not to see John Wayne, and sometimes that's okay. And he made a whole career out of it, but yeah, where with Jeff Bridges, I could see this character. I guess I bought him as that character more than John Wayne as kind of older John Wayne, but even older John Wayne is still interesting. I just thought Jeff Bridges was better, but yeah, if you think he's better, please think he's better.
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, you should do the top 11 good things in the Clone Wars, or the top 11 things that fixed the prequels, or something like this.
Someone recommended that before, like the ways the Clone Wars show fix problems in the prequels. Maybe so I'm a fan of the show, definitely. I don't know if I'm die hard enough that I could come up with 11, because I love Clone Wars, but I think I hate the prequels even more. So I don't know if that balances out, if that makes sense. But I thought about it. I think I put it down on the list as a possibility.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello, Diary of a Wimpy Doug. Hello, Heather. How are your wonderful spirits doing?
Good. Yeah, when we were Rob and I were watching it, as soon as the title came up, I was just like, oh, they found my journal. Because it is a journal. It's not a diary.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Will you review Judy and Punch, The Triplets of Belleville, and HR Puffin Stuff for Freak Show Cinema?
Man, I grew up with HR Puffin Stuff, man. That shit is trippy. Trippy, I should say. Judy and Punch sounds from. Oh, maybe I saw the trailer for it. Yeah, that looked weird. I never did see it. I should check it out. I totally forgot about it. So thank you for the reminder. Triplets of Bellevue, maybe, because you can talk about a lot with that film.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? Oh, Puffin Stuff. Just saying that name is fun. Maybe. I think because it was a show, right? Or was it a movie too? I think I saw the movie. So maybe I should. I don't know. That might be a fun thumbnail to. I had to watch it again. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I remember it being pretty out there.
Dark Paladin, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, here's an idea for this year's Nostalgiaween animated opening, a parody of the It's Terror Time Again scene from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island called It's Nostalgia Time Again.
Well, that is a good idea. Sadly, the animation for it was just finished this week. But I will say, you are close. It's not quite that, but you are very close.
I know it, guys. Thank you so much for that 28-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. What did you think about the trailer for Wednesday? I think Tim Burton nailed it. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
I think it looks good. The idea wasn't grabbing me. I'm like, why just Wednesday? Why that? I wasn't following that, but I don't know. Kind of getting the idea of like that teen angst trying to fit in school. And I mean, the idea of thinking like, oh yeah, what if the summer camp part in the Addams Family Values? What if that was the whole movie? It's like that would be pretty entertaining. So I was like it. The only things I didn't like, I can't remember, we saw him in the trailer, but in the pictures, Pugsley's like a scrawny kid. I don't like that. I think he should always be, pretty pudgy. And Louis Gussman's hair, I don't like. Everything else about him feels right to me, because I think he looks like the cartoon. He's a great actor. He can be very suave, but the hair looks very fake and artificial. So I don't know what they do. I don't know if it's a wig or they just did something weird to it, but I didn't like that. Everything else looks pretty good. Zeta Jones, man, come on. Come on. She still looks fucking great. Oh my God. So yeah, I don't know. I was digging it. We'll see how it goes.
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, are you planning on doing the Disney-Semper animated series Star Wars Resistance next year? It's not as good as Rebels or the Clone Wars, but still has some good elements.
Maybe. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little Star Warsed out with the shows. But I'm assuming it's a short. I never did do the Bad Batch. Oh, I guess that show's still going. Maybe. We'll see. Honestly, the thing I'm finding now is that they're doing so many limited show releases, like miniseries, like Obi-Wan and stuff like that. It's like, oh man, actually, those are taking up a lot of slots now. So, yeah, we'll see. Sometimes it's just a matter of making room for those now, too.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 100 bits. With Olivia Newton-John's passing last week, do any of you have a favorite song of hers?
That's probably more your alley.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I only know her from Grease.
Me too.
So,
let me put it this way.
Hopelessly Devoted is great. She does a wonderful job with Hopelessly Devoted.
Yeah. Growing up, I always saw recordings and commercials and stuff. Like she was everywhere. But if you were to say name a song she sung outside of Grease, I couldn't do it. I remember she sounded nice, and obviously she left a huge impact on people. But I didn't really hear many of her songs. I'm sorry.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Seinfeld finale? I know so many don't like it, but I thought it was great. Also, would you ever do a top 11 Seinfeld episodes?
Yeah. I don't know what I could add to a top 11 Seinfeld episodes. I do love it. Every time it's on TV, I'll just leave the channel on and watch it. But I didn't like the finale like a lot of people. The idea is not bad, but I don't think it quite came together. That's the tragedy of it. It's not like, oh, what were they thinking? This was such a dumb thought. But it's like, no, this is not a bad idea. It just didn't quite come together. I thought the finale should have been when they're all watching the TV show, like all the people that they jilted in the past are watching the TV show, and then after one episode it gets canceled. It's not like that's a great finale. I would have loved that, but yeah, I didn't think it worked.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, just letting you know, you don't need to watch Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show in order to watch the movie. There's not much you would miss. However, the movie is phenomenal. I think you would really like it.
Yeah, and someone else just recommended it. So, yeah, I might check it out. And I did see the first few episodes, and it seems like a show I don't have to watch that much in order to see like a big whatever movie. So, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that on the radar.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. What direction do you hope DreamWorks decides to go with the story in Kung Fu Panda 4?
So I literally just got done editing a video on the Kung Fu Panda movies and what a good trilogy they are and stuff like that. And then that was just announced, and I put in the video, it's just like, oh, now they're making the fourth one, so this ending is entirely useless and pointless. This whole video just means nothing. But watch it anyway. I think I make some good points. Anyway, I don't know. I guess they were talking about no, because he kind of masters the stuff at the end too. I mean, there's always another level he can, sort of evolve to while still staying that same likable character. So I don't know. I thought the third one was a good enough ending, but it's not the best one either. So I'm open for a fourth one, I guess. But yeah, I do always have that fear of oh, is this going to be the one that ruins it? I hope not, because it's a really good trilogy.
Monica, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, Doug, have you read Don Bluth's autobiography that was published last month?
Not yet. I did, see it was available and stuff like that. I'm still reading through last year's Christmas gifts because that's usually what I get. I get autobiographies, so I'm still going through that. And then I borrowed Heather's copy of the comic Bone. Yeah, so I don't know if you noticed, but that's a couple Bibles long, so that'll take a little bit to get through. But yeah, I really want to. I'm sure I'll ask for it for my birthday or Christmas or something like that. But yeah, I'm excited to read it.
LJH, thank you for that 2-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Dark Paladin, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello, Doug and Heather. Which show do you think is better, Adventure Time or Steven Universe? I've never seen either. Please don't hurt me.
Man, so without Adventure Time, we wouldn't have Steven Universe. Man, I think Steven Universe is gonna be analyzed more, if that makes sense. I think Adventure Time is going to be praised more for what it inspired, because every show is trying to be like Adventure Time now. But I think Steven Universe, that's the one, years from now, people are going to be teaching this in universities and stuff like that, all the layers it works, which is not to say Adventure Time doesn't, but I think Steven Universe really evolves it to the next logical step. I mean, several steps beyond. So yeah, that would be my guess.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 50 bits. Which horror comedy of Peter Jackson's do you like best? Dead Alive or The Frighteners?
So, I horrible I've never seen all of Dead Alive, sadly. And I want to, because I know that's a really fun, gory movie, but I haven't gotten all the way through it. Frighteners, maybe I gotta see again, because I don't remember liking that movie. I thought the effects at the time were kind of creative, but I don't remember getting into the story that much. I guess I liked it, didn't know where it was always going, but yeah, I just thought it was very kind of clunkily done. But I don't know, maybe I gotta see it again.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once? And if so, what are your thoughts? It's my favorite movie of the year so far.
We started it, and I was liking it.
And
I
you
guess
didn't
some
finish
people.
it?
No, because my wife and I were watching it, and something else came up. I think she was liking it okay, but she had no interest to finish it. So it's one of those where I'm like, okay, I'll get to it at some point. But I do know, like, a lot of people, I guess, either really love or really hate it.
It's
And I was
so
watching.
good.
I'm like, this is good. This is fine. I'm at the point where they're just starting to like jump into different realities and stuff like that. And yeah, I was enjoying it. Well, I think I'm at the point where she's actually Michelle Yao, like her as the celebrity, the martial artist and stuff like that, which I thought that was really clever. You see her like getting out of the limo and stuff like that. So far I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I haven't finished it yet, so I will let you know when I do.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your least excuse me. What's your least favorite movie with an actor you like and your favorite movie with an actor you don't like?
Probably the remake of The Haunting with Catherine Zeta-Jones. That's the one. I'm like, oh, I hate that one, but I love Catherine Zeta-Jones. Let me think. Good movie than actor. I mean, do they have to be bad in it? Because I'm
No.
thinking of something like both Hidden Figures and Molly's Game have Kevin Costner in. I think he's fantastic in both of them, and I usually don't like him as an actor, but I thought he just blew both roles out of the water. And Molly's Game, he like made me tear up. Like, holy shit, he was really goddamn good. So yeah, I guess that's a good answer.
B. Bolin, thank you for the 50 bits. Greg was just as bad in the books, except he doesn't grow at all in those.
You know, because I did see, and I tried to make this clear in the review. Hopefully, I did, because I get the feeling that has a huge fan base. I feel like this works better in the books because I did see some of the pages. I even put them in the review, and it's almost line for line the same thing. But there's something about seeing it in the line drawings. You have to use your imagination, how he says it, how the situation took place, and I I think the fact they changed so little for the movie and they didn't give it that much of an identity, I think that really hurt it. Same thing happened with a movie called Noises Off. That's a very famous play. And then when they turned it into a movie, they didn't change a thing. And you have to. Plays and movies are very, very different. So I feel like that kind of got lost in translation there because I did remember reading bits of the pages there and saying, this, I feel like this works here. It doesn't work in the movie. So it's very interesting that way.
Favara Films, thank you for that 34-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, they're making another Christmas Story sequel. It will take place 30 years after the first film with a grown-up Ralphie wanting to give his kids a magical Christmas and reconciling the passing of his old man. The actors who played Randy, Flick, Scott, and Schwartz will reprise their roles as well.
All right. At least it has that going for it. That's at least a little something. I'm not holding out much hope, but you never know. You never know. I feel like I know, but you don't.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What's the best closing credits sequence you've ever seen? I love the ones from Kill Bill, Tropic Thunder, and 22 Jump Street.
Man, that's a good. I mean, like opening credits used to be the big thing where they give you like a preview of what you're gonna see. But yeah, I mean everything's closing credits now. I remember the closing credits of 300 were pretty cool. Yeah, anything that kind of shows like sort of a best of reel, like what you just saw. I mean that kind of stuff is always great. What's it called? Series of Unfortunate Events. I love the closing credits to that, where the kids are trying to get away, but you always see Olaf, like, you know, is sort of sneaking around, or he's the tree, or he's like the puppet master. I love those closing credits.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello, you visually bodacious individuals. So glad you finally reviewed Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I remember just how much of a sociopath Greg is. Do you think you'll review the others? They do get better.
That's so funny. I thought I heard there's some sort of big controversial change that happens in one of them. I think like they changed the casting of the older brother son, because when I was looking up stuff about the movie, there were so many pictures and videos like, not my Roderick. like Jesus, okay. So maybe I will. Actually, the one I was curious to see, I haven't yet, but is the Disney did an animated version recently of the first book. And I'm curious to see if that works better. Because again, I'm wondering if the imagination of what happened, because they're kind of doing that line drawing style a little bit, I'm wondering if that helps it out or not.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, do you know when you'll do an editorial on the Illumination movies? I'm really interested to see what you think about all these movies.
I gotta watch them first, and I keep forgetting how many there are. How many I haven't seen, I guess I should be more clear on. I don't know, maybe around the time the Mario movie comes out. Was that March, something like that? So maybe around then.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 50 bits. I know you said that you didn't like how the voices were done in Christopher Robin aside from Jim Cummings, but I thought Brad Garrett did a decent job as Eeyore. In fact, he actually voiced the character in some of the 90s PC games, which I actually didn't realize at first.
God, I'm trying to think back to the voices in that. Yeah. Did I say the voices were bad? I think I didn't like the actual
Like character
not
models?
puppets. Yeah, the models I don't think I like. And again, I appreciate what they were trying to do. They were trying to make them look really rugged and use like what a kid that age at that time would have and everything. But yeah, they were just, if everything else wasn't so gray and muddy and unappealing to look at, maybe I'd give that a slide. But yeah, I don't know. It didn't grab me. But again, man, it's amazing when you think about how many characters Jim Cummings has like become between like, you know, him and Pete and, you know, Darkwing Duck and all these characters. It's like, God, he just nails all of them. I mean, just like perfectly. Hell, like he evolved them to a new level. I mean, it's like, what a talent. Just what a phenomenal talent.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, I've heard you mention your love of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's a number of streams. I was wondering if you would ever consider talking about it on the NC, maybe an editorial?
That's another one. I don't know. I don't know if I could add that much to it that everybody else hasn't already added. It's fun to talk about like here, like in a fast little stream where I just say, yeah, I didn't know what to think about the ending. But then when I really let it sit and it is kind of a once upon a time, oh, it is like a parallel universe. And wouldn't it be nice if this happened? This is the Hollywood vision. And wouldn't it be nice if this was the happy ending? Like, there you go. Like, that's the editorial, if that makes sense.
Dragon's Toy, thank you for the 69 bits. So, Doug, a favor. The next time someone asks where the studio is, could you please say 1060 West Addison? Is that an inside joke, Dragon's Toy, from like Tamara's stream or something?
Unless that's is that Wrigley Field? Wait, what was it again?
1060 West Addison.
Might be Wrigley Field. That might be a Blues Brother. Yeah, that's
it's
Wrigley.
Wrigley.
Field. Okay.
Blues Brothers, yes, it is Wrigley. Sorry, I don't know the address of Wrigley. It's just Addison and Clark. I don't know.
No, it's because in Blues Brothers, when he says they don't have my address, I have it written down as this. And like 3 times in the movie, somebody falls for it. It's always really great.
Amazing. I love that. Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on the new Wednesday trailer?
I said earlier, but I thought it looked good. Surprisingly, it looks like it has some possibilities, and I'm glad they're bringing back the really dark sense of humor. Like the trailer opens with her putting piranhas in the school swim team pool, and they legit start really munching them up, and you see like blood rising and stuff. I'm kind of like, okay, they're getting like really sick and dark again. I like that. It doesn't have to be like the family-friendly stuff. So I'm digging that. A weird part of me is kind of hoping they make it a little bit more grisly, because I feel like I haven't seen that from Anne's Family in a while.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. What are your thoughts? I forgot to say, maybe check to see if people have already asked the same question. What are your thoughts on the trailer for the new Tim Burton's Wednesday? Personally, it's pretty solid. The part with piranhas got a big laugh out of me. Glad to see Burton hasn't lost his twisted edge.
Yeah, see previous.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen Tommy Wiseau's Memorial Day commercial from 2018? You should review it for the NC commercials. Also, what's your favorite non-English language film?
I mean, just something like an anime. I mean, like Spirited Away or something
I don't
like
see
that.
why not.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. Spirited Away. It was Memorial Day
Commercial in 2019.
Okay.
Tommy Wiseau, Memorial Day 2018.
Oh, is this the whatchamacallit, the G? Oh, no, it isn't. Okay. Oh, I totally missed this somehow. All right. Oh, pretty easy target. Or hell yeah, the jeans commercial too. Either of those. Yeah. Okay. I'll put that on the list. It's not a bad idea.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. You can only keep one of these 3 sets. The other 2 are Thanos out of existence forever. The first 2 Terminator films, the first 2 Alien films, or the first two Indiana Jones films?
Well, I don't like temples, so not those.
I wish you could see
That's
the
my
face I'm
honorable
making at you
mention.
right now that you don't like Temple.
It's too stupid. I fucking hate Willie in that movie. Oh my gosh, she is so obnoxious. We're
Fair.
crazy.
Fair.
Oh, I hate her. Oh. He punches him and he drops the rock on his head. Come on, like they were literally like women, like kids being like whipped and stuff a second ago. It's like I can't. What tone are you going for? Anyway, but some argue that's part of the fun. I probably Alien because you have both the horror, legit horror, not just kind of campy, like it's legit horror, and then like horror action. Where Terminator's great, but part of the fun is the campiness of it. Where the first Alien, I feel like I could put that on right now and just like study the artistry. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, the way this is handled.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I want to be honest about your NC review for the 1998 American Godzilla remake. I never got you not getting the "that's a lot of fish" line. I think it looked like something to complain about, and it's certainly understandable why he said that.
To complain about the amount of fish. I will say this, out of all the problems with that movie, it's probably not the biggest one.
Cookie Crow, thank you for the 50 bits. I have a game request. Would you play What Remains of Edith Finch? It's one of my favorites, and I thought its unique use of storytelling would interest you. It's also pretty short and could be played in one stream. Tamara played that one.
Of Edith Finch?
Yes, What Remains of Edith Finch.
Oh, look. Ooh, what a funky house.
It kind of has your vibes to it. Although, honestly, if you like Alien, maybe we should get you playing Alien Isolation in October.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't played many of the Alien games.
Alien Isolation is really good. I hate horror games, but dang, I dug that game.
Okay, this one does look like fun, the Edith Finch one. Yeah, all right. Well, we got a couple options there.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. I finished Oz last week. It was really good. I think, have you checked it out yet, Doug?
Nah, like I said, I still got too much. I haven't finished The Boys yet. I just realized. I just started Sandman. I'm like, I haven't even finished The Boys yet.
Lucas and I are so bad. We are actively watching The Boys, The Sandman, and Doom Patrol, and haven't finished any of them, and haven't even started Umbrella Academy yet. The new season.
I was gonna say, Doom, but what season? The latest season, or?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Oh, yeah, I thought you got through all that. Okay.
Not yet. No.
Yeah, we finished Better Call Saul, so that's good.
Yeah.
That at least we can cross off our list, and we're keeping up with our ones we always watch, like Harley Quinn and Tuca and Birdie and stuff like that. So it's like we're keeping up, and then of course there's like other stuff. Got to watch She-Hulk now
tomorrow.
And all these other shows. It's like God damn it. That looks like fun to me. I hope it's good.
Dark Paladin, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, you should look up Terra from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep's voice actor Jason Doring. He's quite a hunk.
Okay. Maybe I will.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite character from Into the Spider-Verse?
It's gotta be, was it Dark Noir or Noir Spider-Man or with the Nicolas Cage one? Yeah, I love that. Just hearing his narration's phenomenal. But I mean, they're all pretty good. I don't think there's really any bad characters in that movie.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. Great review today. I was a Diary of a Wimpy Kid fanatic when I was younger, and I actually remember liking the film sequel, Roderick Rules, a little better. There's a few more chuckles, and Greg is nowhere as near as unlikable as he was in the original. Do you think you might review the other movies? Long Haul is easily the worst one.
We'll see. I gotta see how this one does. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous, and I think I even say like, well, I'm gonna piss off a huge fan base, I'm sure. But yeah, so far people seem to get like that it maybe did work better in like the comic, like or the book, I should say. But we'll see. I could. What's that line? I could be awakening a sleeping dragon. We'll see.
Modica, thank you for the 50 bits. Are you going to review all 6 Ice Age movies during this year's Disney-cember, or rather spread them across the following years?
I'm going to do the first 3, and then I'll do the others the following year. Yeah, because I know there's like robots and was it Rio and stuff like that. So yeah, I got to get through those too.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Fave episode /moment/line from Faulty Towers, Black Books, and Third Rock from the Sun.
Ah, shit, man. Faulty Towers is probably probably the last one with what was it, the kid? No, the Basil the Rat. That's what, because even they said, nope, we can't top this. This is our swan song. It was so good. Black Books. Maybe the second episode, because that was my introduction to it. I thought it was actually a better introduction than the first episode. And then Third Rock. The one where Sally wants to rediscover her childhood, or discover it for the first time, I should say, was really, really funny.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I completely agree with what you said about Chloe Grace Moretz's character in your review today. It was such a missed opportunity. Her character actually wasn't in the books, which makes it feel even more pointless, given how little they explore with her. I hated how dismissive Greg was towards her. She could have been a really charming addition to the story, especially considering Moretz's talent as an actress.
Yeah, how weird. And she was just up and coming at that point too. Like, people are like, "Oh, watch this kid. This is a good actress." And she was like starting to become a name. And it's like, we got her in this movie. What are we gonna do? We're gonna give her this big intro, and then she just takes pictures. Like, just totally ran out of the story. It was so bizarre.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. Presenting the amazing Doug Walker, the critic of all movies, and Heather Roos, the queen of Twitches.
Oh, you should be doing this wave then, the queen wave.
Thank you. Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Better action stars, Schwarzenegger or Stallone?
Schwarzenegger's more fun, but Stallone is more believable.
Okay.
Just going by the acting. I get the feeling if I saw them together, I'd be like, well, Schwarzenegger's more believable. But in terms of acting, I'll go with that. Stallone has a little bit more of the rough and gruff, grew up on the streets, kind of feel. Where again, if you know Schwarzenegger's backstory, I mean, he has this really fascinating, like, came from nothing backstory too. So yeah, they're both. I can't choose. I love them both. Well, hook them both up. They're both great.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. If someone impersonated Darkwing Duck, then they'd be a Darkwing impersonator, or a DWI for short.
Thanks, Dad.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen Beavis and Butthead do the universe yet? If so, could you do an NC on it or the 1996 movie? It holds up amazingly well.
I haven't yet. I hear it's great. I do really want to see it. It's another one of those where I'm just like, I'm trying as hard as I can to not get a Paramount Plus. I'm like, no, I got enough streaming. I don't want to get it for just one thing, and then like, I know like one other thing is gonna land on there. I'll be like, ah, shit, I gotta get it now for that. But it hasn't happened yet. It has to be at least two things. Beavis and Butthead is like the only thing I want to see on there. And I do like the original movie. I don't know what I would add to it for a review that would be like anything that new, but you never know.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Heather. How was Bear Country? Did you steal a picnic basket? It was really fun. My family has been going to that campsite, that Jellystone campground, since I was 2, so it's kind of fun to, like, go now with, like, my nieces and nephews, and they're expanding, and, like, they still show the original Yogi cartoons, so you can, like, sit and eat ice cream, and, like, some of my nieces and nephews have never seen them before, but by the end of the weekend, there's people in bear costumes, and they'd be like, Yogi! So it was fun.
Adorable.
It was good. I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, will you review Surviving Christmas, Tom and Jerry, A Nutcracker Tale, or Shazam for Christmas? And what about Freebirds for Thanksgiving?
I feel like I gotta do Shazam because the sequel's coming out near Christmas. So yeah, I don't think, and I do have stuff I can say about that film because I do really like that film. The others I don't know. I know I gotta do whatever the last was it Sweet Home Alone, whatever it was called, the last one just came out.
Right.
Because I just realized after that, I think I just have to do the first one. I'll have all the Home Alone films done.
Wow, what a streak. Dark Paladin, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug and Heather, how are you enjoying multiverses? I heard that Rick and Morty are going to be playable characters, and the main villain of the story is going to be the Nothing from the Neverending Story.
Yeah, so I didn't know it was still like a beta
Yes,
version.
It's still in beta.
Yeah, because I think I was just trying to try it out just to play it. And it's like, you have to make an account, you have to do this. I'm like, geez. But then I also saw this is still the beta version. I'm like, oh, when is the actual game coming out then?
I don't remember when the actual season is releasing, but yeah, I don't remember. Sorry.
I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh yeah, why aren't Rick and Morty in that? That's right. So yeah, I guess that's why they're still, because it's beta.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Which fictional character would you rather hug? Big Bird from Sesame Street or Sully from Monsters, Inc.? Easy Big Bird for me.
Yeah, I grew up with Big Bird. Man, that's... yeah.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Which is more annoying? Movies that are pandery or movies that are preachy? Like, I'm assuming they mean movies that, like, pander to people.
Pandering.
Yeah. Pandering.
There's so much bleed over with that, surprisingly. Or maybe not surprisingly.
I think it's more annoying when they're preachy.
But if something's pandering, it's already kind of being preachy because I feel like you're already acting like you're the oppressed and like people are like. I mean, I guess maybe there is a lot of bleed over. It's hard to choose.
Yeah.
I guess I'll agree with you, but yeah, it's hard to choose. There is a lot of bleed over.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Idea for an Expendables review. It should involve the whole Channel Awesome crew, maybe even get Rachel back if she's available. You could do the same for an Ocean's 11 through 13 review.
Expendables actually would be pretty fun. Yeah, actually, that would be kind of fun to review now the more I think about it. I love the first one. The second one's okay, and I never did see the third one. Everyone's like, just skip it. They're too self-aware now. But the first one I love because you're legit like, how in on the joke are they? Like, it's hard to figure out. And then the second one, it's like, okay, they're really in on it, but they're still doing it kind of clever. But yeah, the third one, everyone just tells me, yeah, no, it's just dad jokes with some explosions. Like, oh, that's a shame.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, don't know how much of Birth by Sleep you will play, but if you go out of your way to get all of the reports, you unlock a final story arc with Aqua that ties the other games together.
Oh, cool. I doubt I'll be able to get everything. I'm definitely not a completionist when it comes to playing games on Twitch, but I do like trying to, like if there's like a side game, I'll try it out. I just shouldn't do it at the end of stream like we did here, because like we started and it's like we had 5 minutes left, and they were just, when we started, everyone's like, oh, this goes on for like 20 minutes. I'm like, Jesus, it's like on the little mapper, it's like the in-between stage. So yeah, maybe there I won't do it.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite musical film of all time? Ooh, that's a hard one. I may go with Fiddler. Fiddler on the Roof is a pretty great, like, movie adaptation of a musical.
Yeah, Fiddler's pretty great. It's so funny because I feel like I get asked this question a lot, and I never have a proper answer. I guess I'm thinking of ones that like I really grew up with and listened to. I mean, I did like watch A Hunchback a lot and Prince of Egypt a lot. And Fiddler I discovered later, and it's like, yeah, that is pretty damn good. There you go, 3-way tie between Prince of Egypt, Hunchback, and Fiddler, I guess.
Tapit, thank you for the 100 bits. When I saw the Wednesday teaser trailer, I immediately thought of you. I imagine that pool scene with the piranhas is the dark humor that was made for you.
It's nice seeing it in Addams Family again. That is something that is kind of, sometimes it works against Burton, but sometimes it works for him too. That unexpected meanness that sort of jumps out of nowhere. Yes, everything's dark, but to suddenly be like really mean like that is sometimes really refreshing. And I think in a series like that, that can help it out. It'll be interesting to see him do a show, because I don't think he's ever done a show before. So I'm curious to see how he can handle that.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Man, Oz is really brutal though, but my DVD set of Duckman arrived. I've been watching that pretty good. Been wanting to watch that since you talked about it.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? And so much of what they talk about, like the style on that show, the writing style and how quick it is so good. And so many like the analogies like really, really hold up. Yeah, I love it. That's like, I don't know, if I ever did like a look over again of like my favorite shows, I'd probably make it on like my top 10 or top 20 list.
Modica, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the new Predator movie, Prey?
Not yet. It's I did put it down for Disney December though, because it is technically a Fox film. So I'm like, oh, okay, well that'll make it so I have to see it. So that's good. I hear it's good. Everyone says it's really good.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Speaking of Disney remakes, what are both y'all's thoughts on the live-action 101 Dalmatians?
I thought it was okay.
I really liked Glenn Close in that movie.
You know what I like? Because when I first saw the trailer for it, I'm like, oh, well, she's not taking it seriously. Come on, there's no dignity to this for me. Not to say there's much to Cruella, but there is a little bit. I mean, she's comedic in a different way, but I love it for that now. I love she gives a totally different spin on it. She is so over the top and having a fucking ball with it. And I really give credit to the film for not having the dogs talk, because you could. You could either have them just voice over and you don't see the lips move, or at that time they were just starting to have the lips move. And they didn't do that. I really respect it that they're just like, no, we think we can tell a visual story with this. Hey, it's not going to be anything great, but I thought it was decent. I never did see the second one.
Lime Peel, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you see Always Sunny season 15? I thought it was pretty mediocre except for one scene with Charlie in the last episode. If you've seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about.
If you're talking about the one where they went to Ireland, yeah, I liked it. And part of that is I guess we were in Ireland as they were shooting it, and we didn't know, and we went to like the exact same towns. So in the opening, when they're driving by, we were there. We're like, how did we fucking miss them there? Oh my god, because we love that show. But it's cool knowing that. No, I thought it was pretty funny. I've yet to encounter a bad season of that show. Season 1's not that great. But all the other seasons, at the worst, they've been okay.
Justin S., thank you for the 50 bits. Keep one, obliterate the others. Jared Leto, Kat Dennings, or Matthew Broderick?
I'm sure I've seen Matthew Broderick good in something. Yeah, he's been good in one or two things.
Yeah,
so I
would keep him.
What was it? Keep one and obliterate the other?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You know what? And he's growing on me because I saw him in that Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. And it's like, oh, he's just like that. That's how he talks. And he's kind of so awkward. He's adorable in real life. So maybe it's like, oh, dude, he's kind of growing on me now. Just as a person now, just seeing him talk, I'm like, oh, I kind of like this weird way he says things.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Extremely important question. If you were Donald Trump's hair for a day, what would you say to him? Y'all, we're not supposed to get political all up in here.
What are you talking about? I am Donald Trump's hair.
Gelatin Man, thank you for the 50 bits. FMK, fuck, marry, kill. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King. I'm gonna marry Burger King, I'm going to fuck Wendy's, and I'm gonna kill McDonald's.
I mean, are we talking about the food or the mascots? Like, I don't even, like, we talking about Ronald McDowell? We talking about,
why
like,
not both?
I don't even know how old Wendy is. I mean, I'll just say kill them all, because I'm sure I'm just gonna eat it. If we're talking about the food, I'm just gonna eat it all. So, yeah, I guess just kill them all.
Patsy, thank you for the 65 bits. Have you ever considered checking out Transformers Prime? It came out over a decade ago, and I think it's a great reboot of the series that blends the best of the designs over the years together.
I heard it's very good. It's funny because I talk about the movies. I did watch the show growing up. I was never super obsessed with it, so I feel like I'm not the proper guy to watch it. It's always like when something big happens with like a new movie or something, or even like that Prime show. It's like I'll kind of hear about it and be like, okay, maybe I'll check out a little bit. And I think I saw like the first episode of it. It was good, but with everything else I got to watch and everything, it's just. I don't love it enough that I'm gonna like sit down and watch the whole thing, if that makes sense. Like, there's just not enough time for it.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on the film noir genre?
Oh, I love it. I will say I like, if it makes sense, I like more kind of gothic film noir, if that makes sense, where there is a mystery, but the angles are but film noir is already like that. I guess kind of the I like ones that are done like later, if that makes sense, because they take the style and they add onto it. I like, as you get further along, like what technology can do with the angles, and sometimes bringing in like the supernatural to it. It's something like Blade Runner, where you bring in androids, or like Roger Rabbit, you'll bring in cartoons and stuff like that. I like when they sort of add more things on it. But I like the original too. Like, I can see Maltese Falcon and all those.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite song in Shrek 2?
Oh, it's got to be I Need a Hero. Oh my God, that whole sequence is amazing. I loved it.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. I might be in the minority in this, but I really don't want Michael Keaton to be the main Batman. He's a fantastic Batman, but I don't see him capable to continue the role for a decade, but everyone wants only him. Oh, really? No, I agree. I don't think Michael Keaton should be like the quote-unquote main Batman. If you're going to keep Michael Keaton, then you should do something like Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I agree. And how would you do? I mean, look, I love Keaton. That guy's still acting his ass off, and he's doing great. But how can he be Batman? He can be Bruce Wayne. I don't see how he can be Batman right now, unless, like you said, like a Batman Beyond thing. So yeah, I think it's always one of those things where it's like people think they want it until they get it, and then they're like, oh. Yeah, now I can see the problem.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm excited to see him return, but I don't think that he should be the DC Batman.
I do not want to see him in the costume. I'm not going to lie. Just at all. I love to see him as Bruce Wayne. I think he'll knock it out of the park. Once you put him in that costume, I'm like, no, black makeup. No, that not with the wrinkle. No, don't do it. Don't do it. He wouldn't even be able to like hold that armor up. Man, I'm just saying. I love Michael Keaton. Do not put him in that costume.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Fave TV show guest star. Fave character on Gravity Falls. Fave scene from Bullet Train. Those are 3 separate questions.
Yeah, man. Okay, so best sitcom
TV show guest star?
Maybe was it Sammy Davis Jr. in All in the Family? That was pretty fucking fun. Oh wait, no, wait. Was that who was shit? I can't remember. Oh, the guy that kisses him at the end. He's doing the picture and he kisses him. That was one of the best sitcom moments ever. Best Gravity Falls episode? Was that the
character?
Grunkle Stan. I love Grunkle Stan.
And favorite scene on Bullet Train?
I just like when he says hurt people. That really made me laugh.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I'm not gonna lie, Amazing World of Gumball is one of the best children's shows ever made. It's like Animaniacs for the modern age.
Yeah, I really like it. I've seen several episodes. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I think before I started off in the first season, it was like, okay, this is a clunky start. So I think I went to like the 3rd season. Those on were pretty damn funny. Yeah, I love the creativity and imagination of that show. Like I tend to agree that was really doing something different. It was doing it really well and really funny.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. Remember your top 11 flaws in the Lord of the Rings franchise? By my perspective, you were practically singing its praises.
I mean, what? I like the movies. No, I like to do that. And I like to say like the top 11 good things from the Star Wars prequels. Like I like doing something maybe people aren't doing. You know what I mean? But the problem, YouTube's so big now, everybody's doing it. So it makes it a little trickier.
Honest reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. After seeing the community tab, I said to myself, is this yet another horror film? But seeing it's Die of a Wimpy Kid, it makes sense. No, seriously, there are video essays about the main kid, even in the books, is a little sociopath.
Yeah, and again, I feel like it would work funnier in the book. I don't mind the kid being like a sociopath. I mean, we see kid characters like that all the time, even in kids' comedies, and that's fine. But it has to have really good writing in a movie. And I feel like it probably works okay in a kid's book. I think when you go to a movie, you got to up the writing a little bit.
Modika, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the Better Call Saul finale? And was this week's sponsorship break inspired by the show?
No, God, I couldn't get it out that fast. Yeah, the finale's this week, so I should do a tie into that. Wait, maybe it was because I remember we saw it last week, and somebody sees like his commercial. It's like, yeah, maybe that is where I got the idea. The more I think about it, good catch. Anyway, yes, I did see the finale just today, and I really liked it. I'm so glad we have a really good show that has a good finale, because I guess that's pretty rare. But even Breaking Bad had a pretty good finale. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like it more than Breaking Bad, honestly. It's just a personal preference.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your favorite clipless review? Mine was your It 2017 review.
Probably the Mad Max. I love trying to capture like the adrenaline and the energy of that movie, because you do kind of leave that movie like riding a high a little bit, like, you know, oh my god, yeah, like you want to quote the lines, you have that imagery in your head. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun getting that imagery in a review as well.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I don't know why, but I have been rewatching your Kazam review a lot. I think it's really, really funny.
Thank you. Yeah, God, that's one of the earlier ones. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, do you think in God of War, if Baldur wasn't killed and he killed his mother, do you think he would have gone the same route Kratos has and ultimately tried to kill the Norse gods, or do you have a different take? Oh gosh, it's been a little while since I played that game. Let me think for a hot second. He probably would have gone a similar route to, I don't know. Kratos is such a unique character. I don't know what he would have tried to do. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I'm sorry. I wish I had a better take for you, but I'm not sure. Also, I know it's only 6:52, but we are gonna have to pick up the pace.
Gotcha.
We're still
Gotcha.
an hour behind, and the chunk of questions we have is sizable. Sailor
Gotcha,
Aaron,
okay.
thank you for the 150 bits. Hello there, Doug and Heather. How are you guys? So, Doug, I have a request for you. This year also marks the 40th anniversary of The Last Unicorn. I know you're not a big Rink and Bass fan, but in my opinion, it's one of their best. Would you consider an NC review? Pretty please.
I never have seen it. Maybe they'll give me an excuse to check it out. I'll try to at the very least watch it.
Burnsy, thank you for the 50 bits. I figured out what Diver Wimpy Kid is. The main character reminds me of the nerds from Revenge of the Nerds, and Ogre from Revenge is the best character, like Rowley and Diver Wimpy Kid. All hail Ogrowly? Roger? Maybe I broke a good thing. Hi, Heather.
I mean, I think I like the nerd movies a little bit more, but well, actually, I only saw the first one. But yeah, it just didn't work for me.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which raptor moment from the Jurassic Park movies was dumber? The talking raptor that says Alan in 3, or the one that smiles to the camera in Fallen Kingdom?
The one that smiles to the camera, because here's a dream, at least. You can go off at that. When the raptor's like, shh, it's like, fuck you, movie.
Chris Top, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey guys, glad you're enjoying Birth by Sleep so far. Terra is definitely our fandom's prequel Anakin, but his actor definitely heard the criticism for 10 years because performance in the reunion scene in 3 was one of the best surprises of the game.
Yeah, I do remember that, actually. Yeah, he did do a good job. It's such a shame when that happens, when someone turns in a bad performance. You're just gonna, at least when I do a bad review, the next week I could do a good one and like get people back. I mean, man, people that do a bad movie, you are stuck with that for like usually a couple years at minimum. So yeah, it's rough. It's rough business.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen Workaholics? I've been watching it and it's pretty good.
I don't think so. I may go to the next one while I look that up.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. What if Lightyear didn't involve time travel, and what if Zurg secretly was Buzz's father the entire time?
You know, God, that would have been a better twist. That would have tied in a little better. Maybe that's what they were trying to do. Maybe that was the idea, but I don't know. That's still pretty loose. Yeah, no, it don't work for me. So no for me, dog. I haven't seen Workaholics, sorry.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the new Smiling Friends special? And also, Aqua Teen Hunger Force is returning. Are you a fan of Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Yeah, I guess I heard about that. I like it enough, but not enough to be like, like that. But I should check it out. And I always see on HBO Max there's a new Smiling Friends something, and I haven't seen it yet, so I gotta check it out.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Also, Doug, have you seen Disney's The Kid or Remember the Titans yet for Disney-cember? If not, take your time. I hope that you will like them because they're good movies.
Not yet. I'm still catching up on Disney-cember. So, I think I have The Kid on the list this year. If not, it'll be next year.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Remember the National Treasure series teaser trailer? I thought that was the most goofiest trailer I've ever seen. Why are they trying to make the reveal it's a woman a big deal? Do you guys have trailers you thought were silly for the wrong reasons?
I don't even remember that. A trailer that was silly for the wrong reason? Man, let me think.
Silly.
Yeah, like I know, like something that's so stupid, like it makes you laugh.
Right. I know. I'm still just struggling to
but
think of
most
something.
trailers are pretty good.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it, but a friend of mine saw a movie where it's a horror film where in the trailer this little toy owl spins out and goes hoo, 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 and it just made everybody laugh. So and then I guess a friend of a friend kept making that sound whenever there's a quiet scene in the rest of the movie, and everyone kept laughing. So I guess that counts.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend watching Hell of a Boss. It's honestly great, and the characters are surprisingly way more deep than you'd expect. They even got actors like Mara Wilson, Norman Reedus, and Jonathan Freeman to guest star.
Oh yeah, no, I saw I think the first two episodes, and I did really like it. I just haven't had time to watch the rest. Everyone tells me to watch it though, man. So yeah, you're not alone. It's just finding time.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Is there any sub trope that you're tired of? For me, it's the young couple moves into a house that turns out to be haunted.
Uh, is there a difference between a trope and a sub
I
trope?
have no idea.
One that I think the Red Letter Media guys pointed out a while ago, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. Is the universe, everything is in the fate of this person, this child, this dog, this whatever, and the main character has to protect said creature, person, child, whatever. That's something where I'm like, yeah, I'm getting sick of that. That's pretty boring now. So I guess that.
Noah, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, I assume you started watching X-Men Evolution. Once you're done with that, will you start Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go? There's plenty of time left in the year to watch it for this year's Disney-cember.
We'll see if there's time. With that said, I am liking X-Men Evolution. I didn't think I would, but I'm actually digging it. Okay.
Hell yeah. Bernsey, thank you for the 50 bits. Oh my god, you killed Malcolm, you bastards!
In the back, Captain?
Orlando Garcia, thank you for that 26-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. What are your thoughts on the trailer for Rick and Morty season 6? I'm pretty excited, particularly because Justin Roiland called it a fucking quality season.
I mean, I haven't seen a bad season yet. I weirdly don't get that into the trailers because it's always like, here's some weird shit, here's some swear words, and it's like, that's always it's like, but the ideas are so funky and weird, you have to see the episode. I don't think you can just take little clips. So yeah, it looks about as good as the other ones, but I love all the other ones.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Since you've done top 11 movies saved by the ending, you should do top 11 movies ruined by the ending.
Did I not do that? Oh, maybe I didn't. Huh. All right. I did find another one. It wasn't bad, but the ending really made it a good film, in my opinion. That's Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. If you haven't seen that, it's a new horror film, horror kind of comedy that dropped recently. And yeah, the ending really, the ending makes it a good film.
Noah, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, will you review the rest of the Rugrats movies and the Wild Thornberrys movies?
I don't know. Probably not. Although I do hear Wild Thornberries is very good, but I haven't seen the show. I'm not brushed up on it. I don't know anything about it, so I don't know how much I'd be able to bring to it.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. After what's been happening with Warner Brothers, I think a documentary should be made about the chaos with Ezra Miller, Amber Heard, and the new CFO canceling Batgirl and other future projects over bogus reasons. I agree.
mean, honestly, you could. Yeah,
I would love.
Say you can make a documentary, honestly, about any studio, because stuff like this does happen all the time, usually not quite as public. But yeah, there is always a lot of behind the scenes. Just watch the making of like Emperor's New Groove or like Lilo and Stitch, and you'll see like the change, or Frozen, or any of them. You'll see the changes that just happens in making a movie. Now multiply that times 10 and apply it to a studio. I mean, it's like, it's a very common thing, but all of it is interesting.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. I'd like to see you do reviews on the MCU movies. You can have Malcolm dress up as Nick Fury, walk up to you saying, I want to talk to you about the MCU review initiative.
I think there's too many by this point. I don't even know how I would tackle it. Yeah, I don't know how I'd go about it.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. I've been wondering, Doug, what kind of movies does Uncle Dread fancy?
Okay, oh, you know, the ones where everybody dies in the end. You know, a happy ending.
Right. Hewlett fan, thank you for the 150 bits. What is the biggest difference you've seen between a movie's trailer and its quality? A trailer that looked amazing but the film turned out crap, or the opposite? A really bad trailer but the film was completely inverse of that. I mean, I think the first Suicide Squad was a great example of that. Those trailers slapped and that movie was not great.
Yeah, that was a pretty great trailer. Man, I'm trying to think. Oh, the pirate movies, 1 through 3 have phenomenal trailer. I thought the third one was great. Oh, X-Men Origins Wolverine has a great trailer, and yeah, that's probably the biggest example because I hated that movie. I love that trailer.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. With it not on the list for HBO Max's programming moving forward, what are your thoughts on Doom Patrol's imminent cancellation? Any chance you'll finally do a review of the show, maybe a top 11 episode?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh, and it's
Yeah, it's
not
still
like
up in the
how
air.
could. It's not even like, oh, how could they do that? It's like, no, they got rid of a movie that was done. Why wouldn't they get rid of Doom Patrol? Oh, yeah, I don't know. At least we got Harley Quinn, I guess. But yeah, I did really love Doom Patrol. I hope it's still going. I hope they haven't, chopped it.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. So today I was watching Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2, and just after saw your review for the first movie. Even if you're not a fan, I still love them.
Oh yeah, fair enough. And I was saying in the previous comments there, I get the feeling it works better as a book. I just don't think it translated well as a movie.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Nostalgiaween ideas, Goosebump movies, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, Bob's Burgers Halloween episode, NC Christmas, Rugrats / Bob's Burgers episodes, Fred Claus.
It's just transitioned into Christmas there, I guess. God, I'm forgetting what. Goosebumps I was always maybe gonna do, but again, I only grew up a little bit with the series. The series actually is pretty funny now if you watch it. So I don't know, maybe I will.
Ratchet Extreme, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, do you think if you didn't initially review Monkey Bone back in 2017, you could have covered it for Freak Show Cinema? Because it definitely felt more fitting for that instead.
I don't know. I feel like I got, because it wasn't good. I usually try to do good movies for Freak Show Cinema. I feel like I could get more jokes out of it by doing a full review.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, it's cool that you reviewed Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Will you make NCs for the other films?
We'll see. We'll see how this one goes. Not just in terms of numbers, but also reactions. Like I said, I mean, everyone seems to be treating it cool, but like I said, I'm wondering if I'm kind of kicking a sleeping dragon there.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. I watched Misery for the first time, too, so Doug, have ever seen a fan... What? I watched Misery for the first time, too, so Doug, have ever seen a fan and you think that's the one that would break my ankles with a sledgehammer?
Have I ever seen a fan that I think would do like what Kathy Bates
gotcha.
does? I speak typo. No, not quite. There was one time a furry followed me to my hotel room. That was the only time where I was like, fuck. But I think he was just awkward. That was it. But it was funny, like opening the door and there's just this guy in the furry suit looking right at me. That was very surreal.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather and Doug, if you had the entire day at your disposal, which NC member would you like to dedicate your time to troll? Rob is just so funny to make mad.
I like a character Rob played, just Rob. Yeah, now the more I think about it, Rob would be pretty funny.
He's funny to troll. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on The Villains in The Mask of Zorro starring Anthony Hopkins and Antonio Banderas?
Oh, I liked him. Yeah, I love that movie. And just about everything in that movie is pretty solid. There's few things that don't work about it.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. How did you meet Mara Wilson? Are you still in touch? Has she seen your Danny DeVito career dive where you praised Matilda?
We're still friends, like on Facebook and stuff, but we haven't talked to each other, a really long time. There's a lot of people that I'm still friends with, but we haven't talked to in, forever. We got our own lives going and stuff, but no, it was a misunderstanding. I think she saw one of the reviews. I think it was the Thomas and the Tank Engine, kind of thought the NC was being really serious and everything. It was like, who's this asshole? And I sort of reached out and said, hey, it's all jokes. It's a character. And I mean, she immediately got it, said, holy shit, I misunderstood. And we did a funny little thing together. And it was cool because I don't think she been on camera for years by that point. So when she showed up, everyone was just like, oh, holy shit, she's grown up. Oh my God. And, and looked phenomenal and acted great and had the comedic timing so down. If you want to know what she's been up to, she does have an autobiography out. So check that out.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, would you do a nostalgia critic for the 2012 Three Stooges movie?
I have it on the list. I haven't seen it. It does get a lot of requests, so I probably will at some point.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Which one of your older jokes still makes you laugh or chuckle? Mine is Zool, motherfucker, Zool.
I mean, God, old now. It's like 15 years old. I'm trying to think. I like one in Batman v Superman where I think as Batman I'm saying I value human life while I like throw a batarang, shoot a guy, and then push a button to have a Batmobile run somebody else over. And it was just the perfect timing, in my opinion. I was just like, oh my God, that's like good job, me. Like that like really worked like clockwork.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Not gonna lie, I can't wait for She-Hulk. Also, when you get the chance, please watch and review Hawkeye. It does get good after episode 2.
I'm sure you're right. I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna have time. Like it's at some point I was saying like I'm gonna take like a week off in January or something, not to go anywhere, just to sit here and do nothing and let my mind rest. And maybe then I'll watch. I may marathon a few shows then.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who wins for least convincing high school cast? Grease or both of the Maguire and Garfield Spider-Man movies? Grease is the least convincing high school cast I've ever seen in my life.
I think Grease.
And that's with me watching Riverdale. Okay, Grease is worse than Riverdale.
You forgot 90210. Yeah, when I first saw Grease, I thought it took place in college. I didn't even know it was high school.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I just watched this commercial where this little girl was nervous about giving a speech in school, but she turns to her teacher who smiled at her and the girl smiled back. The girl began her speech and the commercial ends with the title Colgate. I was like, you didn't even show the product. What the hell does that to do with toothpaste?
Do it. Oh, showing the smile, I guess.
Yeah,
so if it wasn't for the toothpaste, they would have been like, fuck you, kid, I guess.
Your smile's yellow.
Yeah. Okay, actually, I'm already writing jokes for that. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll work that in.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. When the Soviet Union fell and McDonald's was established in Moscow, can either of you imagine an equal or better symbol of capitalism triumphing over communism?
What was it? I'm sorry, I was typing. I just heard the communism collapsing, and I was like, wait, what? What?
They said when the Soviet Union fell, a McDonald's was established in Moscow. Can either of you imagine an equal or better symbol of capitalism triumphing over communism?
I mean, I think Keaton said it best in the Founder. What was it? It was like the American flag, the cross of Jesus, the golden arches. It's like, yep, that's it. That's about it.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Heather, last time when you said that you thought Clank was cuter than Kirby, you made me think of Conan O'Brien's description of him. Kirby looks like something that was left from a construction site. Lol. I mean, Kirby's still cute, but I just love robots. I love robots so much. I love robots. I mean, I've got a whole Wall-E plushie here because I just love robots with feelings. So it's Clank for me every time. Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, could you please do an NC for the 2017 Power Rangers movie? It's very underrated, and I know you legit liked it and would love your in-depth spoiler thoughts.
I was kind of half and half on it. I don't know how many jokes I could get out of it. Like, I could get a couple, but that's the weird thing. It's kind of boring in many respects, but I see what they're trying to do. I don't know. I might at some point, because I think there is stuff to talk about.
H. Russ, thank you for the 30-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. And they said much love from Ukraine. Love you guys.
Oh,
love y'all in the
Ukraine
Ukraine
right back to
too.
you, man. Yeah, all our best to you.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, can we get a clue for next week's NC?
Why? I literally just said what it was, the Kung Fu Panda movies. I'm like, why even do a clue? It's like I said it. Yeah, so there you go.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. If Kick-Assia were remade by Hollywood, who would you cast? Also, any more NC theme months coming?
I mean, if we're in total fantasy world as we are, I think Raul Julia would have to play me because you had M. Bison. Clearly. And for the theme month, I guess I think the next one we're looking at is the Pirates movie, like a Pirates month. I think it's time to talk about those.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Between Game of Thrones and Stranger Things, which show did a better job of being a pop culture juggernaut? I think Stranger Things, because Game of Thrones had that weird thing where after the finale did not do well, it just dropped off the face of the zeitgeist, which is crazy. Yeah. I would love to see a documentary about the like psychology behind that pop culture of that. The finale was so bad that it just basically erased itself from the cultural zeitgeist.
Although I'll say this doesn't have too much to do with anything, but I finally saw all of the newer season of Stranger Things, and it was good. I'm glad I saw it all. But I was pissed it was not the final season because I'm like, what? Every one of these was movie length. It did not need to be this long. I thought it was the finale, so I gave it the wiggle room. But I'm like, what? There's another season? So,
I think it
but
was
good.
COVID issues why it was chunked like that.
It maybe, but it was good.
Yeah. Justin S., thank you for the 95 bits. I'm glad you reviewed Diary of a Wimpy Kid. While I love the books, I think the movie is meh. The scene when Rowley tells Greg he is a bad friend was too explicit and felt like rom-com breakup.
I love that. I think we have a first viewing that I edited together, and all we're doing is praising that Rowley kid. He is so good in that movie, and you see us just like applaud when he says, "You're not a good friend." it's so good. A lot of the kids in that were pretty good.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Not gonna lie, I think they should have an actual dragon in Kung Fu Panda 4. We know that there's a dragon scroll and a dragon warrior. It's only a matter of time before we see an actual dragon.
So really good point. Yeah, get on it.
Mumra, thank you for the 50 bits. What was your favorite Wolfgang Peterson films? Some of mine were Neverending Story and In the Line of Fire I feel is underrated. R.I.P. Wolfgang.
Yeah, no, I saw that too. They passed. Terrible to say I've not seen Das Boot. I should. I hear that's like his magnum opus. But with that said, yeah, I think it's gotta be Neverending Story. That left a big impact on me, and I really did kind of find myself, sort of questioning reality and really going existential and stuff. It's just like, who we are? Are we part of another story or another realm, or how does this work? How big are we in the universe? So yeah, it got me asking questions.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. What's a movie everyone is shocked by when they hear you haven't seen it? Doug, I know you're a big Don Bluth fan, so don't kill me. I've never seen Land Before Time.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, at this point, I feel like it's still talked about, but not as much as like his other ones. It is very good. I really like that one. I'm trying to think. Yeah, what's one where people are like, what?
It's too many
I
for
don't know.
me. I've never seen Godfather.
Yeah, man. I'm trying like anyone people are like, what? I usually go and see it. It had to be something recent now, like whatever, Hawkeye, Hell of a Boss. Everyone's always like, what? You haven't seen that? I know it's a show, but I'm just putting it out there.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was your favorite comic book TV show villain from a live action show, meaning no one from Batman the Animated Series?
From a live action one, probably a toss up between Kingpin and then I forget his name, but from Jessica Jones,
David Tennant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so
it's
good.
hard to pick. They are so different, but they are both so good.
It's Wolf Crater Mate. Thank you for the 95 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. What's your guys' thoughts on the content Marvel revealed at Comic-Con? Do you guys think we're getting too much content coming out at once? And also, if Marvel fatigue has a chance of setting in, cause if so?
Yes, but it has set in before. People do forget, I think after the first Avengers movie, it was starting to set in because we had like Thor: The Dark World. A lot of people didn't get into the second Avengers movie, so I think they just want to keep people looking it up, constantly. And if anything, they probably do want the fatigue to set in because they're like, okay, well, what are people going to see? We'll focus on that. I think they want to just throw stuff at the dartboard and be like, what are people gravitating towards? Let's put more energy into that, So they're trying stuff, and I'm okay with that because I think if they did fewer things, we wouldn't get something like Loki, where that was really experimenting, or Miss Marvel or something, where they really are trying something kind of different and new. So I'm weirdly okay with that, even though I agree it probably is too much and that fatigue is setting in.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. Most of us know of the song Drunken Sailor, but all joking aside, it's a curious thing. What would any of us do with an intoxicated sailor? Or wouldn't any of us care?
I mean, we talk about on shore leave? Are we talking about on the boat? I mean, it's like I need the circumstance. I need the setting. It's like first rule of improv. You need a place, a location, people.
I mean, I'm such a mom. I'd probably give him some Pedialyte and a burger and be like, okay, honey, here's some food and some like electrolytes. Have a good morning, okay?
Yep.
Talking
it's
to
so
Carl.
early in the morning.
Talking to Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Recently, Tiffany Haddish was doing stand-up and made a herpes joke about the musical artist Usher, but she asked permission first. He was cool with it, and she did the joke the next day. I don't know about you, but I don't think a comedian should ask permission to tell jokes because there might be an expectation.
So it's the Weird Al situation. You're right. You don't have to. it's nice. I'm not gonna be like, "What's wrong with you, Tatum?" I mean, first of all, she's very funny. So I feel like she could make that joke work with or without his permission. But second, Weird Al would always ask permission to do parodies of songs. He doesn't have to, but he's just a nice guy. So
Right.
but I don't have a problem with somebody does a parody without permission either. I'm honestly fine either way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's setting a dangerous precedent. I can understand why she would ask before making a joke about like an STD that he has or something. You know what I mean? Like, I could understand. I don't think it's setting a dangerous precedent or anything like that.
Well, it could be too. I mean, they could be friends too. I don't know. Every once in a while, if I'm gonna make a joke that like might be about a friend or something, I might just be like, "Is this cool?" You know, because like we still. I don't want to feel like I'm trying to line the sand. I hate you now. You know, kind of
Yeah.
thing too. Because I mean, people can misinterpret stuff.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. I saw your Facebook that you met Rob Paulson. He seems like a very charming guy.
Oh yeah. Oh, we met at a couple things. He's one of the most genuine, sweet people you'll meet. If you have not read his autobiography, Voice Lessons, read him. He talks about surviving like throat cancer and stuff like that, but also his career, how he got into it, you know, and the after effects of surviving cancer and stuff. I mean, just a wonderful book and really a great dude. I mean, that really is him. When you see him in interviews and stuff, he's really that genuine.
Oinkmaster Supreme, thank you for that 9-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate it. LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. What movie has scared you the most, not counting documentaries?
Man, I'm trying to think of one where it's like it still stays with it. I think I brought up at like last kind. It was like Eyes of My Mother, something like that. And of course the keyboard's doing this thing. I think it's called Through the Eyes of My Mother. Okay, now it's working a little bit. And I saw it years ago. I remember being like, "Oh, that's disturbing." Yeah, The Eyes of My Mother. I remember thinking, "Oh, that's disturbing. Okay, that was effective. Whatever." Didn't think about it, and then like just recently, like maybe 5 years later, I thought back to it. I was just like, "Oh," like it's a scene where, without giving away too much, where she has a woman in a barn. I won't say what she did to her, but just like the sound or lack of a sound this woman made, just like it still kind of stays with me, and I'm just like, "Oh shit, where did this come from? I haven't thought about that in years," and it's legit giving me the creeps. So it's strange how stuff like that will kind of be dormant and then just suddenly pop up again and be like, "Oh shit, yeah, I guess that had a big impact on me."
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you have a particular favorite episode of Doom Patrol? For me, it's Jane Patrol, the episode where Cliff goes into Jane's mind to save her. The fact that Brendan Fraser and Diane Guerrero never got nominated for an award is criminal.
Man, I don't know. It's another one of those where I remember moments. It's hard to say like full episodes, you know, like, "Oh yeah, that was the best," or "I really like that." Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can pick. There's too many good ones.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you guys hear that they are going to make Avatar: The Last Airbender animated movies? Yeah, excited. Woo!
Yeah, well, it's there's a Zuko one, an Aang one, and a Korra one, right? Is that what they're doing?
They only confirmed the Aang one. The first one is Aang and his friends. People were thinking it was going to be the Warriors of Kyoshi, but then it wasn't. So I don't know. I think they've only confirmed the Aang one. It's 2024.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, actually, I'd love to see a movie about some of their avatars the more I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there really are like a lot of possibilities for this, aren't there?
There are. Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, what do you think about Predator? Prey for me. It's the best Predator movie since 30 years. I love Predator 2.
I haven't seen it yet. And, you know, I feel like I have to see Predator 2 before I do, because everybody says that. They either say it's so much better than Predator 2 or it's the best since Predator 2. Everyone has like a hot take on that one. So I feel like I got to check that one out first, because I've seen the original, like Alien versus Predator, and that's it. But I hear Prey is very good. I am definitely going to see it for Disney December, because it's a Fox movie.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. When will people realize how timely some quotes from the Brave Little Toaster are? Imagine a Red Lobster associate having a meltdown and saying, "I'm not an invalid. I was hired to wait on you ingrates. I like waiting on you ingrates hand and foot. It's my function."
I still like that movie. I love that movie growing up too. It's nice when you see a film that's like, "Oh, this still holds up. That's good. Feel good."
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I don't know if you've seen the trailers yet, but there's going to be a RoboCop game and a Terminator game coming out in the next year, or more likely 2024. It's something I know you and Rob would love.
Yeah, let's get a versus of that because I remember they did that on Super Nintendo and it sucked. And I want to see a better version of that.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, since when were you married? Since when are you married?
Since when? Oh, last week. No, I used to sometimes have the wedding ring in the videos by accident. That's why I finally just stopped wearing it. I put it in a drawer because I kept forgetting to take it off and stuff like that. So, yeah, actually, this year's our 10-year anniversary. So,
Yay!
10 years ago.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What is Peter Fonda's worst movie for you?
I don't think I've seen enough Peter Fonda to say what's his worst movie. I've seen him in a few things. I like his stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've seen enough.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. This whole Namor thing has to stop. Sure, they changed him, but it's to people calling him Diet Aquaman. Just 1 calorie, not good enough. Second, he's a mutant anyway, so what's the point of this outrage? We all know Namor came first, but Aquaman is popular and Jason Momoa made him look badass, and the majority of moviegoers who don't read comics don't know or give a rat's ass.
I don't know. What is Namor? I have no idea what this is.
Oh, a character. In oh gosh, what is he about to be in? Chat, I'm sorry. I'm like so stressed about like keeping up on these questions because we're still an hour behind. Yeah, we've got a ton of questions.
Dude. Okay, I've seen this dude. Okay, yeah, I don't know much about him.
Black Panther 2. He's gonna be in Black Panther 2. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Thank you, chat. I love you.
Recognize him. No, I recognize him, but I've never like seen him in something before. So that'll be neat.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Who do you think left behind a better legacy with their creations? Chuck Jones, Walt Disney, or Dr. Seuss?
Disney, because he's still going big, and the essential morals and ideas are still there.
Mumra, thank you for the 50 bits. Thoughts on the new Wednesday trailer? When it was first announced, I thought it was sus because the two 90s movies so much, but after seeing the trailer, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, we answered this like 3 times before. I'll just say, I think it looks good.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. In Pixels, they used Mini Coopers to chase Pac-Man despite Pac-Man being fast in the game. I would rather use something like a Corvette or a Viper to chase Pac-Man.
Write to them. Make your own version.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What is the worst scene in A Christmas Story 2 for you?
I don't like the close-up of that tongue. That was pretty nasty. I don't know. It's jumping out to me.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Are there any movies that are so good they're bad, meaning they're so perfect their qualities ruin other movies, making all other films seem weaker by comparison?
Some Spirited Away, I mentioned that earlier, is one of those Fantasias and Darwin. I love animation, honestly. The guy who did like Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, I'm blanking on his name, but the detail in his movies just makes you go, holy shit, how are not all movies like this?
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Stephen King book?
Oh, Edgar Wright's that guy's name. Favorite one, Gerald's Game. I think it's brilliant. And it's not like, oh, there's the one good. Well, it's like he's a really good writer, and that's still my personal favorite. Misery is also very good, very similar.
Oink Master Supreme, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. With the sad passing of Olivia Newton-John, I wanted to ask you both what your favorite character from a movie musical is and why. Favorite character. Oh no.
You brought up Fiddler. I'll say Tavia. I think that's a very fascinating, interesting character. Yeah.
Fantastic choice. I love that. Pokenut Case, thank you for the 67 bits. Which older television show do you find more tolerable? The Brady Bunch or Full House?
I guess Full House, because I would legit laugh at 1 or 2 moments. I never laughed at the Brady Bunch.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on Zack Snyder's Watchmen?
I thought it was okay. I get why people are split on it, but it's okay. I don't have a hate or love for it, but at the time, it was pretty fucking hard to adapt, so I give credit for getting as much good as it did.
Mm-hmm. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, what/where do you see the new season of Archer going after the passing of the voice actress of Mallory?
I don't know. I haven't seen much of the new Archer. Rob told me it got pretty good. This like current season, I guess, is pretty good, so I should watch it again because the past ones weren't really grabbing me, but he says this one's good, so I'll try to check it out.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. Can we finally be allowed to discuss Lightyear spoilers? The movie was released on Disney Plus 2 weeks ago. If people haven't seen it yet, I doubt they're waiting for the home release in September. Yes.
I think it's fine, yeah.
Yes, you can. Mumra, thank you for the 50 bits. Thoughts on the new Cobra Kai season 5 trailer that just came out? I love the series, and this new trailer has me super hyped to see all the team ups take on Terry Silver and another surprise returning legacy character.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it yet. I guess I should check it out because I don't know who the returning, unless it's the one at the end of the last season. That I know.
I know, well, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Sorry to say, but the animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie made by Disney is incredibly garbage. It's even worse than the first movie.
That sucks. I might still check it out just to see. It's a choice making it CG. I feel like the hand drawn would have worked better with that.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. The funniest thing about Dungeons and Dragons, this will be the 4th movie where Chris Pine will play a useless jackass, since he will be playing a bard in the movie. Since being a DM for 2 years, I've learned that bards are basically entertainers who aren't important in the adventure. Even Sophia Lillis and the screaming guy from Jurassic World are going to be more useful than him.
Boy, don't like the Chris Pine roles. Okay, got
it. I mean, honestly, I think you can be incredibly versatile if you play a bard, but that's just my personal opinion. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Kingdom Hearts game is your overall favorite?
For the gameplay, I think I'll say 3, and for how it looked, and I was invested. In terms of best balanced, I'd probably say 2.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you ever do a top 11 movie/career dive for Tim Burton? Maybe for Nostalgiaween?
Career dives don't do numbers, man. Everybody loves him, but nobody watched him. So yeah, sadly, I can't do it.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Have any of you guys seen the South Park 25th anniversary concert? It's basically the best of South Park's discography performed in newfound splendor. If you thought singing Protect My Balls couldn't move you to tears, be prepared to be surprised.
I love the way that's put. No, but hearing that makes me want to see it now, because I heard of that. I'm like, huh? But now knowing that sounds pretty interesting.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 50 bits. I was listening to Bullet Train on Audible, was 2 chapters in, and the minute I heard the names Donald and Douglas, I was like, well, here's where Thomas comes in.
Trust me, they make it known in the movie.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you ever seen The Watchmen show starring Tim Blake Nelson, Jeremy Irons, and Regina King? It's honestly brilliant and only 1 season, so it's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. I gotta get around to that.
I heard it's pretty good. I heard some people get angry at it, so I'm always like, ooh, when that happens. But I didn't know it was only 1 season. I thought it was 2. I guess not. At some point, I'll try to check it out.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. Doesn't remember The Frighteners, huh? Perhaps a Nostalgiaween review down the line.
I have it on the list. That's another one where I'm like, am I, kicking a beehive here? Because I get the feeling that has a following.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. If you ever watch Wizards, then you would need to invite the real Ralph Bakshi to join you.
We have, and because we've talked, I mean, not to actually him, but I think, was it his son? I think we've talked to him, and he's just like, yeah, he's up there, man. He doesn't travel that much. And so he's like, but he loves your stuff. He thinks it's great and everything, so I mean, and that's such a thrill, especially doing the impressions of him. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to have him out. But I mean, the fact that we talked at all is pretty fucking cool.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Don Bluth movie after Secret of Nim?
I mean, does Small One count? I guess that's a short. Toss up between American Tail and Land Before Time. Those are, actually, I'll say American Tail.
Pokenut Case, thank you for the 57 bits. For Heather, here's a fun tidbit for you. This year marks Humongous Entertainment's 30th anniversary. I loved those games when I was a kid. Oh, that's good to know. Maybe I should play them. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite joke in a movie that you love but don't entirely understand? For me, it's in Shrek 2 when Shrek and Donkey get caught spying by the villains when Donkey blows their cover when he finds out Charming is Fairy Godmother's son, and Shrek's only response is to say, Mary, a talking horse!
That's from Mr. Ed. That's what that's from, if you didn't know that one. Not a movie, but a show. In Seinfeld, I saw the episode where Elaine just goes, the dingo ate your baby. And I knew the phrase, but I did not follow the joke until now. This year, I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's the idea. She's just so bored. She just says whatever she wants to make her sound crazy and get rid of the person. It's like, I finally got it. For some reason, I didn't all these years.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the Tim Burton movie adaptation of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children? If so, what are your thoughts? I love the books, but was kind of underwhelmed with the film. Love the casting of Eva Green as Mrs. Peregrine, though she's one of my favorite actresses.
I got about halfway, and it was fine. But again, not fine enough that I wanted to finish it. That's what everybody says. They're like, yeah, it's fine, So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll finish it.
I know what, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, have you seen the trailer for the greatest beer run ever? It looks really interesting. I think Zac Efron, Russell Crowe, and Bill Murray will do a good job.
I just saw the title of it. I don't know anything else about it. I didn't even know Bill Murray was in it, so I will try to check it out.
FBL, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Mr. Bean sketch?
The church one. Because that was us in church. Totally. We tried to do little things to make each other laugh, and the one that would laugh would get like embarrassed and then in trouble later. So miming all that while trying to be quiet and everything, we really related to.
Patsy, thank you for the 100 bits. And I'm not sure if this was just a repeat question or if I read it in chat and I'm remembering reading it. I don't know. Have you considered checking out Transformers Prime? It came out over a decade ago, and I think it's a great reboot of the series that blends the best of the designs over the years together. Also, Alien Isolation is excellent.
Oh, okay. I think that is new because I didn't remember hearing the Alien Isolation.
I think it's the same question, but with Alien Isolation is excellent tagged on.
Well, then I saw the first episode, haven't seen anything after that. It's good. I don't think I love Transformers enough to like see the whole thing. If I had a ton of time, I would, but sadly, I don't.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Also, Doug, love your art wall video you posted earlier this week. You have great taste in art. Hopefully you'll post more videos or pictures in the future for your new artwork you've collected.
Maybe. I actually didn't take down as many as I thought, so maybe when I go to Grand Rapids in November, the con there, maybe I'll get more, because I was like, you saw me, Heather. I left with a big chunk, and then I was like, actually, half of this is still up, huh? Maybe I gotta get even more, I guess. I don't have a problem.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. One game I recommend is Telltale's Guardians of the Galaxy. Since you already played the most recent one, that Telltale game is honestly a great counterpart to it. The voice of Finn from Adventure Time even voices Star-Lord.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we'll see. We got a couple games we're looking at as possible palate cleansers. So, yeah, we'll definitely keep that in mind.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think you'll review Prey for Disney-cember? It's technically a Disney movie, and it's pretty good.
Yeah. If anything, that's what's gonna kick my ass to see it, because it's like I have to review it because it's a Disney property technically. So yeah, I will.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. So where's the Let's Play of Luigi's Mansion? I played Luigi's Mansion 3 here a while ago, though. Kevin,
I think I started it too, and then I never finished it. I think like COVID happened like soon after.
It's a great game.
Yeah, it's fun.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 100 bits. Modern World War II games, and then there's a star, so I'm assuming you tried to link us some, but there's no links in chat, sorry. Right. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who is your favorite member of the Salamanca family from the Breaking Bad universe? For me, it's Lalu, sorry.
Lalo. I mean, he was both so scary and so charming at the same time. So Nacho is not a member of that family, right? Because I love his story. His story's so sad, but yeah, if that doesn't count, I guess Lalo, just for the way he was played so well.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. I really hope She-Hulk has the same humor as the Mindy Project or Ally McBeal, where they make dating jokes, because they do have some funny jokes, like the part where Bruce tells her about her body can metabolize alcohol, and the other where She-Hulk carries a guy, ICYDK, short guys do fantasize. Okay. Since the writer who created Pickle Rick is writing She-Hulk, I give it a chance.
It's so funny. I'm hoping it is not like those shows, because I didn't get into those shows. I'm hoping it is more like something like Better Call Saul. I mean, maybe not as heavy as Better Call Saul, but sort of similar mindset of getting inside the psychology of like in a courtroom, but then also like superheroes and supervillains. I love that combination. I hope it's a mix of Better Call Saul and Harvey Birdman. That's what I'm looking for.
Ooh, nice. Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. Here's a Keep One Thanos snap for you. Freddy Got Fingered, Biodome, and Garbage Pail Kids. The only exception is whichever one you save, you have to play on a 24-hour loop.
I'll do Freddy Got Fingered, because I think he accomplished what he was setting out to do, and there is strangely kind of a brilliance to that film. It's still horrendous, but that is the idea behind it.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Since they're joining the MCU and Patrick Stewart appeared as Professor X in Doctor Strange 2, do you think you'll ever review the Fox X-Men movies that came out before the Disney buyout for Disney-Semper?
Didn't I? Thought I did. Yeah, the Hugh Jackman ones. Yeah, I did love them. Check them out. They should be on the channel.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. So we all know that Watch Mojo exists, but are there any top 10 lists that you can't help but like watching over and over? For me, I'm impartial to top 10 moments Eric Cartman was actually nice to someone.
I like any Jackie Chan list is always great. I love seeing the guy. I mean, just his library is so crazy and his stunts are so amazing that I love all these compilations showing like the best fights and the best stunts and such.
Geek Reviews, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Edgar Wright film, Baby Driver or Scott Pilgrim? Would you consider reviewing them for a Nostalgia Critic?
Baby Driver. Scott Pilgrim, I don't love or hate. I know you have to usually be one of those camps. I thought it was just okay. But again, love the style. Baby Driver, I thought was more balanced. I'm not looking to review it, but I don't know. Might be interesting. Maybe at some point.
I always hate to do this to you guys, but we're still an hour behind and have 13 minutes left to stream. So I'm going to bump up the bit limit to 500 because we're so behind. Man. I'm sorry. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who is your favorite actor who always plays the villain in a movie? For me, it's a tie between Jason Isaac and Gary Oldman.
I mean, those are good. I feel like it's got to be Tim Curry. He's so much fun.
Modika, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you think of the claims that CinemaSins have ruined film criticisms?
Well, clearly no critic can talk now because of them. It silenced all of them. They put a gag order on all of them. I think that sounds a little silly.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What is your favorite SNL political impression? Larry David as Bernie Sanders is gold, Jerry, gold.
Shit. I have a soft spot for Phil Hartman doing Clinton. Just his smile and voice really makes me laugh.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Animaniacs song?
Oh, it's gotta be United States, Canada, Mexico, Pam. I mean, that's brilliant.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 9-month subscription. Welcome back. Most villains nowadays are convinced their actions are necessary for a higher purpose. People like those shouldn't be killed. They should be shown the error of their ways and rehabilitated. I want villains like Ulysses Klaue or Blight from Batman Beyond. What about the both of you?
There's a lot of them. I'm honestly okay with one just being evil too, simply because all of them do have that lean now, and that's great. But now I'm kind of missing the other because we're getting so much of one.
Who's just like purely evil for the sake of evil?
Yeah, like that can be done great too.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. Is there any chance of a Dr. Sleep review for Nostalgiaween? In my opinion, get ready for this hot take. It's better and more enjoyable than The Shining.
I mean, not in my book, but it's not that bad a film. I don't know. I can't forget about it. Maybe it's not a bad idea.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, Heather, you do the Wordle. Do you ever listen to Always Sunny podcast?
I didn't even know there was a podcast. But I don't Wordle either.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. You know, you can thank Ralphie from A Christmas Story for the MCU. He executive produced Iron Man.
Oh, I do. I think I remember hearing that. Yeah, it's very cool.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What is the funniest half-assed performance in a movie for you? For me, it's Tom Cavanaugh as they don't have it, in Yogi Bear movie. That movie is total garbage, but the fact that he blatantly knows it just makes it all the more funny.
I don't know. Tom Hanks and Elvis is jumping to mind.
The Shay channel, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, would you want to see Hey, Doug, would you want to see Zack Snyder's vision for the DCEU come to fruition in some way? I'd like to see it as a graphic novel. I think that's a great idea. Graphic novel? Yeah. Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. With Lower Decks, South Park, and Beavis and Butthead, I wouldn't mind them bringing back Aeon Flux for Paramount Plus since I grew up watching the series. Too bad the movie sucked.
I remember the show. The show was pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing it again, actually.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. Would you recommend an animated Street Fighter series similar to the Mortal Kombat Legend series?
Wasn't there one? I thought there was. I thought there were a few cartoons and little VHS movies, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you considered giving Community another chance? The show was infamous for starting out just kind of decent before becoming brilliant by the ninth or 10th episode. It's really worth watching. I agree, Doug. I
At some
agree.
point, I will. Yeah, if for anything, just the creator and what he went on to do. So, at some point, I'll give it another shot.
Monkey D. Landon, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, hope y'all are doing well. Is it just me, or is Hot Wheels World Race severely underrated nowadays? It was made by the same guys that did Reboot, and I remember it being pretty cool as a kid. I thought it'd be worth a review.
Right? I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to see it either. I'm sorry.
Honest reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. Quick, Doug, you must follow these instructions. Look at your cat, now back at me. Now look at your cat, and back at me. I'm not your cat, I'm a bit message read by Heather. Now look at your cat, and back to me. Now look at your cat, he's a dog now. Great. I love that. Black Chameleon, thank you for gifting that sub to Lime Peel. Appreciate that. Thank you. That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. I recently checked out The Book of Life for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. I specifically loved the book of the film. What did you think about it?
Oh, I liked it. I did like Coco a little more. I know people compare it, but they are different enough where you wouldn't necessarily say one's ripping off the other. So yeah, they're very different, but they're both pretty good. Coco is better though.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you ever do a Hey Arnold month? Top 11 best worst episodes, the Hey Arnold movie, and Hey Arnold Jungle movie?
I didn't grow up with that. I always saw a little bit of it, and I found out years later, like it pretty much defined a generation, like that and Boy Meets World, which I also didn't see much of. So yeah,
Ask
sorry.
Walter about Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
He will tell you about Hey Arnold any day of the week.
That and Boy Meets World, yeah.
Yes. Coburn, thank you for the 100 bits. I just went to pre-college recently, and there's a guy who looks exactly like Doug Walker in my class, except he speaks my native language. He's a nice guy. This
Yes,
Doug
we're not
Walker
the
is
same
too.
person at all.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which bits? Which Disney summer theme was more
Thanks for the
painful
50,
to get
bitch.
through? Which Disney summer theme was more painful to get through, the direct-to-video sequels month or the Disney Channel original movies month?
I like animation, so the sequels weren't that bad. The Disney Channel ones, well, I found a good one, it was great, but it was like, a lot of them were just kind of bland and meh.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Disney villain do you like more, Scar or Jafar? Ooh, Scar for me.
Probably Scar, yeah.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. What would a post-apocalypse TV series need? And what would a TV series need that involved a dictatorship and a resistance movement?
I don't know, write it.
I mean, I assume like a human element. You always still need that human element. Orlando Garcia,
yeah.
thank you for the 100 bits. What if M. Night Shyamalan directed an animated film? How the hell would he make the illustrated slash CG animated realm even more awkward and absurd as his real-life films?
In his own unique way. You know, you never know. Sometimes people that don't do live action will actually handle animation very well. So I'd actually love to see that. I'd love to see how he does it.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 250 bits. All right, guys, my big sister is 9 weeks. By the end of this month, she'll have her blood test to determine the gender of the baby. Super exciting. I'm really hoping a girl just because I know one of the potential names. If it's a boy, it's going to be okay, but man, oh man, I want a girl. Overall, I just want a healthy and happy baby.
Yeah, it's the best anyone can hope for.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the UK comedy sitcom Only Fools and Horses?
No, never even heard of it. I'll try to check it out.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever seen the Christopher Waltz episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee? It's hilarious how uncomfortable he is with the food at IHOP.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought of the IHOP scene. Yeah, it's very, very funny.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits, Doug. I think you should watch Community. It's on Netflix, and it's oh so really goddamn funny.
That's what everybody says. I don't know. Maybe I'll start like halfway through season 1. Because Parks and Rec didn't start off that great either. That's like one of my favorite shows. So maybe Community's the same.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Denny's red, white, and blue pancakes? What do they taste like? And the old man says, France? Just kidding. They taste like Croatia.
I like a question mark too, like, France?
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Overall, which disturbing PSA that you did for the commercials episode was the most traumatizing? For me, it's the one where the narrator points a gun to a dog for £1.
That dog was a phenomenal actor, wasn't he? Holy shit. I think the one where the car lands on the kids, that one, because they actually show it. We couldn't show it. But yeah, it was pretty haunting.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. What do you guys think of Joseph Quinn, Eddie Munson on Stranger Things 4? He was one of my favorite out of Stranger Things 4. He was also in Les Mis mini TV series a few years ago. He's becoming pretty big.
Yeah, he reminded me of Iron Man. Why am I forgetting his name? The actor.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey Jr. in his early, yes. How can I forget that? In his early days, when he did like college movies and stuff like that, he had a very similar mentality. I definitely mean that as a compliment.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. Adam Grunther, are my questions going through? I put my first one at 7:06 and it hasn't been answered yet. Yes, we're still an hour behind. They got through. Kerbo the Great, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, Greg was always a narcissist douchebag. He isn't supposed to be likable. While in the movies, he becomes a better person. In the book, he's basically young Joffrey.
I'm okay with that. You gotta make him funny. There has to be something that is enjoyable about him. The movie didn't make him enjoyable, where I get the feeling the book did that part better.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Weird Al parody and original song? Mine are Achy Breaky Song and Everything You Know Is Wrong.
Shit, man. And maybe just Eat It because of how well he got the parody down. Like shot for shot, he got those parodies, those scenes just so well.
Mercury, thank you for the 100 bits. Shouldn't we cut Alfred a little slack for letting Vicky Vale into the Batcave since Bruce was about to tell her everything a few scenes before anyway?
Rob did a whole video on that, actually, if you check it out. Yeah, I totally agree. I got it.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. I just realized something. They should have done Greg like Louise Belcher. Mischievous, troublemaking, a little abrasive at times, but never malicious and knowing when they've gone too far. That would have worked perfectly.
I agree. Or like Malcolm and Malcolm Mill, all those kids and stuff like that. It can be Bart Simpson. It can be done. I just don't think they made it funny or enjoyable enough.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. The Last Unicorn also has an amazing cast. Mia Farrow, Jeff Bridges, Sir Christopher Lee, Angela Lansbury, etc.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I should, because I know it's like a class. That's answer to another one. Somebody's like, what's a movie you've never seen? You should have. That's one.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, Heather, what's your go-to movie snack? Also, iced coffee or hot coffee? Hot coffee.
Hot, definitely. And movie snack, I hate to say it, I do kind of like hot dogs at the movie theater.
I'm a traditional popcorn kind of gal. No butter, but yes on a seasoning. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on the show Arrow? I will say that while that show has many problems, they freaking nailed Deathstroke. That version is honestly one of the best villains to ever appear in a comic book show. I like Arrow. I've only watched up to like season 4. It does drop off, but I feel like I need to get back on and like actually watch it until the end. But the first couple of seasons are really good television.
I've seen up to episode 1.
Oh.
But I did really like it. That's the thing. It was just, again, it's a time thing, but I did enjoy it. I feel like if I saw the whole thing, I would enjoy it.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, I'm thinking about starting my own Twitch channel and videos. Do you have any advice? Be yourself. Don't get too stressed about the numbers. And just do it because you love to do it, not because you're expecting to make a ton of money.
Great advice.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, sometime in November, will you review Anastasia as an NC review since it'll be celebrating its 25th anniversary this year? I love that movie along with Nim. Also, have you read Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim?
No, I started it. And it actually weirdly wasn't grabbing me, so I didn't finish it. But maybe I should, just to compare it to the movie.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you considered doing the Avengers movies for a future theme month?
I guess there's enough of them. Maybe.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Thoughts on Harley Quinn season 3 so far? Hilarious.
I like it. Yeah, like the other seasons, though. I like it more when it is hilarious, when it's funny. The serious stuff, it isn't bad. I just think the comedy is so much better. So I like the funnier ones more than the serious one. And thankfully, they are mostly funny.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Overall, what is your personal favorite intro that you've done for Nostalgiaween? Personally, I've always loved The Nightmare Before Christmas and Real Ghostbusters parodies.
I think the one the dude sent with the Beetlejuice intro, he just did that for fun. And we said, can we buy this and have it be the intro? And I think he's done them ever since. Yeah, he's a phenomenal talent.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, Heather, have you ever seen that really interesting talk between Stephen King and George R.R. Martin on YouTube where they discuss their writing careers?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit. I've seen that one too, where George R.R. Martin stopped by. Don't you ever get stuck? Can't you ever, like, you have writer's block, you don't know what to write, and King's like, no! That's just, they're so different. I love that.
DJ Lol5, thank you for that subscription. Welcome, appreciate it. FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your favorite Jackbox Party Pack game? Mine's Quiplash. I love the Trivia Murder Party. I don't know what it is, but I love Trivia Murder Party. That's my favorite.
It's so much fun.
Introverted Hoodie, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, everyone. Hello. The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, what do you think of the upcoming Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie Plantasm? Have you seen the preview?
I saw it announced. I haven't even seen a preview of it, so yeah, I guess I gotta check that out. I mean, they're always funny, so I'm sure that'll be funny too.
Lime Peel, thank you for the 50 bits. What cast has better chemistry, James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy or Suicide Squad? And which team would win in a fight?
I'm sure you're talking about the Suicide
yes,
Squad.
Yes.
Probably the Guardians, in my opinion.
Okay. I think that the Suicide Squad would win in a fight, though. Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits.
I agree.
Now, having played through the PS4 game, what are your hopes for the Spider-Man PS4 sequel? Any villains or characters you'd like to see appear?
I have no expectations. I wasn't really expecting much of the other one, so I like going in just like, okay, entertain me.
Hot take, I really liked the Taskmaster side quests, so I'd love to see more of those in the second one.
That'd be cool, yeah.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Matthew Broderick masterpiece would you watch if you were forced to watch one? Inspector Gadget or Godzilla?
Oh man. And maybe Inspector Gadget, just because I love to analyze how bad it is. Godzilla's mostly just boring. Inspector Gadget is fascinating.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. Kung Fu Panda with an actual dragon? I think 2 out of 3 of the spin-off shows already did that.
Oh, did they? Okay, well, there you go. Well, we're getting into a movie, too.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. You know when you said that you thought the little Rockbiter family and Neverending Story 3 were all voiced by the same guy? You're right. They were mostly voiced by the same dude. Only one who wasn't was Mr. Biter. Sorry. I don't know.
Ugh, nasty. Everything about that movie's nasty.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Any hints from what we can expect from this Nostalgia-ween? Not gonna lie, still hoping for a Goosebumps 2015 review.
I think I have that on the list. I don't know if I'm gonna do it this year. I'm already forgetting what I have. I have a list and I can't remember what it is, so no, I guess not.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 200 bits. So, Doug, I think you'll love this anime if you haven't seen it. Naoki Urasawa's Monster. I feel the Duffer Bros this season on Stranger Things got inspired by the main antagonist, Johann Liebert, in creating Henry, Vecna. All dub sub episodes are on YouTube, and I'm watching it. It's really great.
I have seen a little bit of it. Rob's seen the whole thing and says same thing. It's brilliant. I haven't gotten all the way through it, but what I saw was really damn good.
Queen Calypsant, thank you for the 50 bits. I found that as I've gotten older, certain scenes that never affected before hit differently now. Do any movies or shows hit you differently as you get older?
Yeah, trying to think of
I feel like emotionally there's more that I relate to and cry about, because I'm like, oh, I literally understand what this character feels like because I've gone through similar things now. If that makes sense.
I still stand by the ones that just focus totally on emotion. The kids, like Snow White, Wizard of Oz, Where the Wild Things Are. I mean, those are all emotionally fueled. There's no logic to them at all. I love those. I love just giving totally 100% to those. So I can really, really get into the feelings of those movies because they are just so raw. And when you want to feel good, you feel so good. And when you want to feel bad, you feel so bad. And when you want to feel sad, it's so sad. Yeah, those.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. What movie were you surprised was based on a book? Howl's Moving Castle. It's not a manga. It's like a British novel. Howl's Moving Castle is.
Yeah, I guess actually Bullet Train. I was kind of shocked it was based on a book. It kind of felt movie-ish, but at the same time, it didn't surprise me.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, game recommendation for you guys. It'll be perfect for you guys to do here on stream, here on Twitch. Toe Jam and Earl. I would love for you guys to play that game. It's a really fun game.
I remember when the game was advertised. Oh my god, I never have played it. So yeah, we'll see.
King Calypsant, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you ever watched any videos from the YouTube channel Cinema Therapy? They recently did an episode about couples therapy for Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson from the Raimiverse.
No, and everyone tells me to. I'm sure you're right. Again, it's just a time thing, but you're not the first one to ask that.
Lime Peel, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Heather, have you ever played Braid? It's a puzzle side scroller with a time reversal mechanic. Also has a lot of layers and depth of the story. It's considered one of the best games of all time. Could be a good palate cleanser. Tamara and I did, because we were going to do our Tuesday afternoon stream started as a idea for a show pilot that we were going to play indie games and then review them, and that was the first one that we did, and that's still one of I'm gonna find it eventually. One of my favorite clips on this channel is when I accidentally clicked on start over instead of restart level and completely erased all 3 like days of progress that we had made on the game. I like it's a hilarious clip. I have a complete meltdown.
This looks like fun. I'm looking at clips.
It's good. Like it's a little finicky, but it's good.
Okay.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you two think of modern World War II games? From what I read, none of them would show the Nazi swastika, which is actually called the Hooked Cross.
I have not. No, it wasn't. What's the one we play on Twitch? Is that Call of Duty?
Yeah, that was Call of Duty, where you had the rocket launcher.
Yeah, rocket launcher! I love the rocket launcher. Yeah, I sadly don't play that many, so I can't give much commentary. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're not normally my type of game. The last, like, World War II type game I played was Wolfenstein, so I don't know how much that counts.
Yeah, me too! Yeah, mine, like, on the computer, like the old 8-bit graphic ones.
Gorillas fan, thank you for the 500 bits. Appreciate that. Hi guys, just got back from work, so my question for the evening is, do you know about the Putterman family from the Duracell commercials? They were this family of really creepy plastic people with batteries in their backs.
Yeah, I grew up with those. I never thought they were funny. I'm glad nobody else did either. Maybe we'll do it for the commercial special, because I guess more people are talking about them.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 666 bits. Remember in your Shrek review, you say how Disney goes back on their morals? That's Disney theatrical sequels in a nutshell. Each one has a character who achieves their goals in the first, like Elsa taking up her role as queen and Vanellope being in her game, only to then throw it all away in the sequel.
Yeah, that's a good point, honestly.
And we did it. We caught up. When I tell you I was panicking for about the last hour and 40 minutes, I mean it.
Yeah. No. Well, I could hear, like, the panic. I was just like, oh shit. Okay, faster. There's a couple times in there I think I said stuff like, what were you surprised was a book? I'm like, Bullet Train, but I wasn't surprised by it. I'm like, wait, that was the question. Yeah, so sometimes I'll get words wrong when I'm going fast, too.
That's all right. Yeah, it's easy to mess up.
I say, Doug, good fast reading there, man.
Oof. All right, well, we can look at a couple of highlighted questions here. Dark Paladin says, hey Doug, I think Adventure Time is really good, but I'm not that fan of most of the characters because there's not much diversity in their speech patterns and style of jokes, which is why Lemon Grab is one of my favorite characters because he talks so differently from all the other characters.
Oh, I think there is. I thought everyone... not vastly. I know what you're talking about, but there's definitely. I feel like a Jake line is gonna be very different from like a bubblegum line, So, but I know what you're saying with the style and everything. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Mumra says the Jurassic World Dominion Blu-ray came out yesterday and includes an extended edition of the film, adding a new 14 minutes of extra footage back into the film. Do you have any interest in watching this edition, or do you think it could make it any better than the theatrical version?
I don't know what 14 minutes is going to save it unless you just see like Mario dreaming at the end, like Mario 2, because Chris Pratt plays him anyway. That'd be a brilliant ending, but I don't think that's going to be it. I'll review it though, because I'm sure it's not like you can't get material out of it.
Senator Armstrong says, hi Doug, a game I recommend is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Okay, I haven't played any of the Metal Gear games, sadly, so yeah, but I hear they're great.
Godzilla fan says, someone offers you $100 million, maybe $200 million, to The Catch, you must rewatch and remake a movie you hate.
I like rewatch and remake. Honestly, remaking a movie I hate would be fun because you can either make it worse or don't have to try that hard because it's already pretty bad. Or you can put a different spin on it. I like people that do it. They'll remake like Plan 9 or Manos, The Hands of Fate, or turn The Room into a game where everything's kind of explained. So I don't know. I would love that. I don't know. Maybe Garbage Pail Kids because I like the cards. The cards were fun. Trying to make a good movie out of that would be interesting.
Mr. Soviet Mudkips, thank you for the 500 bits. Appreciate that. Return the slab or suffer my curse.
Actually, I will say this: I'm thinking about bringing Dark Toons back. I'm starting to get the bug again, so
Ooh.
yeah, I might do like every other week, like Untitled Review Show, and then Dark Toons, like switch on and off. Because yeah, on the one where I had all the artwork, everybody's like, I miss Dark Toons. I'm like, I'm starting to as well, man. Maybe I will bring it back.
Nice. All right. Well, that brings us to 8:01.
We did it.
We
Woo!
did it. Thank you all so, so much. I believe I got a text from Tamra that she is not streaming, so we will not raid her. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great. She is not streaming, so we will not raid Tamra tonight. But thank you all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. The next time that we're gonna be live is tomorrow. Tamra's gonna be here. I don't remember. Oh, she's playing that the new cult game, Cult of the Lamb, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Um,
She says it's adorable, which it doesn't sound like a title that would be adorable.
yeah, yeah. So she'll be on tomorrow. Doug will be here Friday night. Malcolm will be here Friday afternoon. So come on back. We do have content here 6 days a week, and we will have this sub goal going on too for the next couple of weeks. Do hope we make it because man, I think that'd be a lot of fun to watch the 5 of us just go back and forth
Yeah.
about different things. Different movies and whatever. So anyway, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you all later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
See
Thank
ya.
you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.